Yes, I think we are already in the live. Can you hear me?
We can
Yes,
hear you.
yes.
But
I
I think we lost Abdur Rahim.
Yeah, to
I
a certain
think we
extent.
are live for around 4 minutes now, so if somebody starts the show, that would be better. Rohim will join us.
Yeah, I think it's now absolutely all right. Looks like we're in the live program.
We are live for four
Yes,
minutes and
yes,
10
ladies and
seconds.
gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen, for today's evening program, as we normally really get together to discuss about the world issues or issues anything burning for the world and for the people's concern. So obviously today is not the different from that, and today's discussion obviously will cover the current election, the USA election 2020. That is the most vital point to discuss about it, and let's see to what extent it's interrelate or relate to the world, or even some concern at the developing world or to the world itself in the Middle East, or even our country itself, the Bangladesh, if it is possible to cover it. But as you know, the ATV London, normally we discuss about this any important issue. Today is not that defense, and our program is jointly being conducted from Canada and also from London, as well as from Dhaka. In the meantime, we have a every week we just gathered some distinguished guests. Today is not the difference, and I do believe each and everybody all over the world, those who are actually watching, and we are going to be connected with us normally, as we know from our record shows, 15 to 20,000 people every day. I mean, every program connected with the world and our peoples, actually, those who are concerned about the politics, issues like cultures, issue like anything, whatever it is important for us in today's life and also the political life. I would like to request each and everybody to really to connect with their friends and family with their Facebook. In that case, it will be easier to connect and spread the message so that we can also connect our guest. I mean, in the meantime, we can also connect any comment. Those who are viewers from all over the world, I mean, from any part of the world, those who want to really put their voice. And I can throw this question to our valuable guests, those who are here today. And in the meantime, we have another guest who was supposed to be with us from Washington, Mr. Bangura. He also expressed his apology in a way that he's just in the flight to campaign for his presidential election to somewhere else. Anyway, I'm not really going that far, ladies and gentlemen. So we're going to really start the program tonight, and before going to really start the program, I'm going to introduce our valuable guest, and obviously they are concerned about the society, politics, and so many things. Obviously they are very known figure in each part of the world, either in Western world or also the world itself, starting from Bangladesh. Let me start with the number one. It is Shamimul Hassan, the Canada president and CEO, Samshi Development CEO Founder at Candesh Group and Enterprise. Obviously we found one of the good guy, Samimul Hassan. He is on the top right hand in the bottom. You can see, and also in our screen, I can see number two on my right hand side on the top, Dr.Shoeb Syed, Canada, Director Technical Biotech Related Multinational Corporation, Canada. Obviously, they will include their experience and also their concern regarding the neighbor political development, also the election, as I believe. And thirdly, I'd like to really, obviously, third guest is Bangura from Washington. He's missing somehow. And number four, Dr. Abdur Nur Tusar, the Bangladesh journalist and the media personality. Each and everybody knows his personality, his position, and his comment. Obviously, his balanced thinking, obviously, enrich our each and everybody, those who are connected today and will be connected sooner or later, today or day after today. So it will be the wonderful program, I do believe. And we are going to discuss, as we said, our title today, the politics, obviously the politics in sense American election. It is pretty much important. We have only 7 days to go, or 10 days to go. In that case, and also the USA is our next neighbor. In terms of location, two or three of our guests, it is their obviously neighbor, it's a Canada, the next door border. And from the political and other concern, America always the next door neighbor of our self. because one way or another, America is connected to the world politics. One way or another, America is connected to the economy, and also in each and every point and political theme, what we believe, each and everybody will try to learn from America what's going on. In that case, obviously, American politics, we have a right to observe. Obviously, we need to think about it, to what extent the American politics will really affect the global economy. To what extent they will affect today's pandemic and aftermath of pandemic, how the world can really go ahead by avoiding all this scenario. Anyway, by keeping all these things in our mind, I'm going to really discuss and request our guest to start the ball rolling from. I do hope we can start from Dr. Shoeb from Canada. Obviously, as you know, the current political issues in US history, everybody says it is a kind of extraordinary election in nature, in character. And to what extent do you think this election is really different from any other election in the past of American history? And also, the world can learn how the democracy can act and the democracy can work. So, in that case, what is your comment, Dr. Shoeb? Dr. Shoeb, would you like to really comment about it? Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. So, thank you for giving me the floor for the first time and first one. So, actually, I would like to say one word: bigotry. So, this is a president, actually widely known as bigot, and I personally believe so. So, once he elected in 2016, and he was not tested. This time, he's already tested. The way he handled the COVID pandemic, this is unbelievable, especially as a global leader like US. So in that time, certainly this is extraordinary situation in US political history, not only US politics, it's also global politics, because unofficially we can say that US is the global leader. So situation actually, there's a very tight situation, because you already know that in the election, I think 60 million people already voted. And if I calculate that 250 million US voter, and if I say the turnout 60%, then it may be 140 to 150 million voters. So among them, already 60 million voted. So, and my point of view, that situation will not help Donald Trump, because the way he handled the COVID, I think there are so many things, but I think for re-election of President Trump, COVID management is the main factor. Otherwise, you know that there is a white supremacy, and US president has almost, I think, 35% vote, reserve vote bank. So regardless whether he committed good or bad, or even if he committed serious crime, he will never miss that part of vote. So this is his vote bank. Other than that, I think without COVID, my personal thinking, it was very difficult to beat Donald Trump, because you know that the white supremacy, this is beginning of diminishing of white supremacy. So that's why they're crazy. They're they are well coordinated, and they are trying to hold their president, keep in power. So in that point, my view is the election is coming only 7 days, but chance of Donald Trump, I think, less this time than 2016. Yes, in 2016, Hillary Clinton was leading a presidential candidate among all the evaluation, or all the media evaluation. But this time things are different, because Hillary Clinton, at the end, just before the election, there was some scandal regarding his email scandal and etc. But this time this is not the case. Until now, Joe Biden is quiet, and nothing serious allegation is actually coming out against him. Donald Trump is trying to point out his son's Ukraine and China connection. But I think this is not a very important topic in this election. The topic is COVID mismanagement. And other than that, as I'm Canadian, I would like to say something, because I know that you mentioned many times that yes, as a next to US, we have fear, and we have so many things with US that I need to mention that how US election could actually impact Canadian. Just before, as a Canadian and living next to US, it is important to define the relationship between US and Canada. I just give an example. In 1969, Prime Minister Pierre Trudeau, the father of Justin Trudeau, traveled to Washington to meet with President Richard Nixon and coined a phrase that has come to define relation between Canada and the US. And that phrase was, living next to US means you. What he said to the US authority is in some ways like sleeping with an elephant. No matter how friendly and even-tempered is the beast, if I call it, one is affected by every twitch and grunt, said the late Prime Minister Pierre Trudeau. So this is the famous quote of Pierre Trudeau. So in other than Donald Trump, he called US relationship, even with other president, as an elephant, and does not matter how friendly the elephant is, you should be careful when you sleep with him. But now the situation is much more worse, because the
Dr. Syed,
Trump, yes,
Dr. Syed,
yes,
thank you. Thank you, Dr. Syed. Uh, yes, we'll come back to you. Thank you very much. Yes, thank you very much. Obviously, I should give the announcement that we'll have a 5 minutes to go, each and everybody. We'll come back
okay,
second time again, 5 minutes.
okay, sure,
And obviously,
sure.
the third turn, we'll give you the extra 1 or 2 minutes to tell to the completion and conclusion to the viewers. Anyway, I'll come back to you, Dr. Shoeb. The way Dr. Shoeb ended up sleeping with elephants. Obviously, we know that we have a different kind of criticism about this. Our next neighbor in political sense, as I said, each and everybody, whatever I do, whatever I try to do in political dynamism in the world, we always think about either what is the American comment, what is the American viewpoint. Obviously, from this comment, as is quoted from one of the Canadian president. Obviously, he got every right to really make a comment about it. But now I'm going back to Shamimul Hassan. What is your comment to start with this politics of your neighbor, please?
Hello, everyone. Thank you very much for giving me the opportunity to participate in your show.
Shamimul Hassan, can you hear me, please?
Yes, I can hear you, but it's little difficult.
Can you
Your
check
voice
your
is
mute button?
no, I can hear you, but I think I don't know if you can hear me. Can you hear me?
Your mute button, please.
Actually, the problem is Mr. Shamimul Hassan, his voice is clear, but our anchor, I think you are disconnected and coming and going, so it's distortion. So it is better to fix your connection. I think my one is fine, Shamimul Hassan fine, and I think Dr. Nur also fine. So the anchor is in problem. So please correct our technical difficulties just to overcome.
Shamimul Hassan.
Yes,
can you
I
hear
can hear
me?
Yeah, my connection is good. I think problem with your connection. as Dr. Shoeb mentioned.
May I offer some help?
Sure.
Anchor is using a virtual background, and the virtual background is making his transmission heavy. If he just gets rid of the virtual background, then the transmission will be lower in
But can you hear me?
bytes. So it might help.
He left. Probably he will come again. So
Okay.
Virtual background makes it a continuous transmission of a background. So it actually makes the transmission heavy. And I'm very glad that Western countries are having lower bit rate than Bangladesh. We have really digitized our country.
Yes, I'm from the studio. Shamim Hassan,
It's very good when people
would you mind to carry on, please?
Canada,
yes, sure.
Yes.
Okay, thank you very much for giving me the opportunity. U.S. election is very entertaining, and are you back or only we are two? Still, you want me to go on or wait for the guest?
Yes, it is okay.
It's very entertaining, the U.S. election for Canadian people, and it's very important also for Canada. I will say a few things. U.S. is the biggest business partner of Canada, and Canadian economy is a lot depend on U.S. Last 2018, according to last 2018, Canada export over 300 billion of goods and products, and imported 319 billion. And services, Canada export 74 billion and imported 34 billion. So the economy is very, very important. And US, lot of Canadian people, they watch US election. It's not only important and also is very entertaining. Me, I like US election. I watch all the time. Every factor of things, I watch it on CNN mostly. The US election is different than other countries of the world. As you know, the popular vote doesn't affect the election result. Last election, Hillary Clinton, in popular vote, she won 2% more than Donald Trump. But Donald Trump became the president of the US. Because US a system is called electoral college vote system, where every state have electoral vote college. Like California is the biggest state in US, and California have around, I think, 54 electoral vote. US have altogether 538 electoral vote, and to become a president, you need at least 270 to win the elections. So it's very important that someone get 270 electoral vote, more than popular vote. This is one of the things. Presently, the two-party system, mostly two-party system in the US, one is called Democrat and another one is called Republican. Democrats is more liberal and Republican is a conservative party. Canadian people mostly love the Liberal Party, as called Democrat. And we as a immigrant, we mostly support immigrant people to the Democrat. And as the other guest, Dr. Shoeb says, that Donald Trump is not very popular president, but he has a base. Doesn't matter what Donald Trump do, they support him 100%. And that group is they hate immigrant, they hate Muslim, they hate Canadian people even. So this election is very, very important for us. And we hope the Democrat is going to come back to the power. And so far so good. We see that Biden is presently winning among the popular voters, 10% lead right now. So we expect the Democrat is going to come back and they are going to fix what is happening right now in the USA. This is very shameful, and we hope that in 10 days we'll find out that a Democrat is going to take back the White House again. Do I continue more?
Thank you. That's all right. Still, you can continue one more minute so that I can go back to my another guest, which is Abdur Nur Tusar. He's also waiting for us to. I mean, our guest is waiting to.
Okay. So I continue.
Our viewer is waiting to listen from all of you. Yes.
Okay.
You can go ahead. 1 minute.
Yes.
Yeah. Please.
There is some democratic state where Democrat always win, and there is some Republican state where is Republican always win. But there is some swing state like Florida, like Ohio, like the 7 or 6 states who decide the election in US. These are actually 50% Democrat and 50%, most of the time 50% Republican. They are going to decide the election. And this time it looks like the swing state, like Florida have a 29 votes, electoral vote. So Florida is very, very important. And it's look this time that Florida is more on the side of the Democrats. So that's why we can predict this year, it will be the year for Democrat and they will come back again. And not only, and they are going to take the Senate also, because the Senate is very, very important. And the House is already under Democrats. So this will be the best year Democrat to get back the White House, and they can change the world again like before. They can bring the civilization like before. This uncivilized guy will be out of power because he cannot continue. We cannot continue another 4 years of Donald Trump. Thank you very much for giving me the opportunity.
Yes, exactly. Many thanks, exactly, Shamimul Hassan, for your comment. Exactly. We are actually going through a couple of things which is politically not decent, as you said, and also civilized world. You actually dream for the civilized world. Before going to go for our next guest, let's think about whether we are learning something, civility of the political concern, and in a democratic countries, as we know that America is the core point of democracy, as we know, the by the people, of the people, and for the people. Lincoln's voice is always spreaded all over the world, but now what is going on? Is it a culture of democracy? Is it a right candidate for election? Is it the way the candidate should speak up? And is it the way a candidate should be selected to represent a country which declared the superpower and who is also governed the norms and principle of the democracy so-called, and also which matters to the world economy and world politics as well as the world security. And during this COVID-19, I do believe American policy and American governing system and American leadership is pretty much important. I do believe. This is my observation. And also, we have heard from our two guests from the point of view. I would like to really comment Abdur Nur Tusar from Bangladesh. I do believe, if I'm not wrong, but let's see what is our valuable guest, Dr.
I would request you to
Abdur
ask me a
Nur
direct
Tusar.
question, please, because
What's
the
your
way
comment, sir?
I would really request I would like to request you to ask me a question directly because it was too long. I actually forgot what you asked me. And now I can't hear you. Okay, I just remember one or two words from your long commentary. The way you have placed USA in front of us is totally an old idea because USA is never or was never the core of democracy. Who said that USA has been practicing democracy for time? USA has segregation. USA had appetite. USA is still facing white supremacy issues. USA is facing Black Lives Matter issues. You call that a democracy? That is a desire. USA had been ruling the world by two things. One is the money, and the other is
Yes,
the
go ahead.
power.
Go ahead.
Yeah. So how come you place USA so high? I don't understand
Okay.
that. USA is not
All
the
right,
land of
wonderful. I'd
angels. Yes,
like to
USA is
really
not a
request
land
you
of
in a way to make
US is not a land
a
of
comment. Do
angels.
you think
You
this
portray.
kind of
Let me
political
speak.
nature,
Please,
this
let me
kind of
speak.
democratic values, the way the candidate is playing
May I please
so
request you
far,
not
our
to
other
interrupt me?
guest also indicated. Yes. Is
You
it?
just interrupted me. You just
Yes,
interrupted me.
exactly.
Why?
Do you think
I think it looks like
we
some
can copy?
delay conversation.
Then fix up your technical issues. We are not here to just play like a child. I'm a pro. I don't come here and there and just wait for technical issues, wait for things that is happening.
Dr. Nur Tusar, go ahead. We are listening you.
Keep on
Yes,
interrupting, making long questions, and then keep on interrupting again. If you're facing technical issues, just keep quiet and listen.
I think Dr. Noor, please proceed.
No, I'm just a mentally driven guy. I just don't.
No, that's
I'm
okay.
not a singer.
I think there is some technical issue. That's why repeating his
Yes, go ahead.
conversation.
Go ahead.
So I think now it's gone. So go ahead.
Go ahead, please.
I'm really surprised that you are placing USA in a very high pedestal. USA have been facing different kind of social issues.
Dr. Abdur Nur
For
Tusar,
I don't know
do
how
you
many
mind
years.
to
They're
go
ruling
ahead,
the
please?
world by their military power and their money. And for
No,
that, you
no.
have to just say that
I
they are having
think technical problem.
democracy.
Carry on, please.
Solicitor Mamun Kadri, would you kindly clear it that you should give clear signal to talk?
Abdur Nur
Otherwise,
Tusar, I'm not interrupting you.
yes,
Just go ahead.
please go
Yeah,
ahead.
I think
There is
the issue is
there is almost a 3-4 minute lag.
Yes, yes.
People are not listening. So this kind of a lag in a professional TV program. How come people will talk?
okay. I think it's better to carry
Go
on.
ahead, please. Go ahead.
Your time, please.
Who is going to direct when to talk, when to not?
Please go ahead. Please go ahead.
আমি তো এখানে সাইদা আসি না। Thank you. Very.
I believe that there is a misunderstanding and there was a technical issue with the Barrister Mehdi Hossain's part because of the internet connection. I believe it will be resolved quickly, and I don't know, because there is a misunderstanding, nothing else, because I think there was a echo when Barrister Mehdi Hassan was talking, because it was repeating and the misunderstanding was between us. So
that's why I told him that this is not Dr. Barrister Mehdi intentionally did it. It is looks like echoing and looks like a delayed delivery. Something happened technically. This thing happened. So, but anyway,
okay,
so it
on,
is better
please.
to call him. But how he carry on? He's absent.
I'm requesting Abdur Rahim to call him. So
yeah, please go ahead.
Please go ahead. Go ahead. Who is?
Okay, I can take the floor because I think there is no moderators here.
Please go ahead.
Okay, actually, I saw that the discussion started by Dr. Noor that he don't like actually to address US as the global leader of democracy, and I'm completely agreed with him, because US was never the global leader of democracy. They are the global leader of science and technology and military power. So we have nothing to learn from them about democracy, and their democratic system has also flaws.
Solicitor Mamun Kadri, I think you should not.
Yeah, Dr. Shoeb Syed, please carry on. Yes.
Okay, so if you see that the first debate of U.S. president, and that is the
Keep
ugly.
going. I didn't interrupt at all. I didn't interrupt at all. Did you get it?
Oh, I don't know. And now whole program is interrupting. I think they are calling privately. It's better.
In fact, it is a
No, no,
serious echo
no,
probably. I didn't
no.
make any comment at all. I was
That we
surprised.
understand, and now I'm on I'm on live. So would you kindly stop this private conversation? Can I proceed?
Go ahead, Dr. Shoeb. Go ahead.
Yeah,
So
obviously, maybe he's a little bit upset. No worry.
No, because yes, you can talk to him and try to back him into the flow. So, but in the meantime, I'm trying to take the lead and not the lead, to take the
That is true.
floor and just ongoing.
Yeah, go ahead.
So, okay, I just one thing I can
You
say
have
that.
every right to do the argument. Appreciate. Go ahead.
Okay, actually, if you see that the first debate, that is the ugly face of US democracy, especially in this contemporary world. This is called pugnacious. This is pugnacious debate.
Yes, go ahead.
Pugnacious means we are trying to attack each other without listening what he is saying. So that pugnacious debate, Donald Trump constantly interrupted Joe Biden, but in the second debate we saw that he dialed down, and that is good idea. But this is called mute button. Actually, in the second debate, US lost in the first debate, not the presidential candidate. US itself lost the first debate. In the second debate, US won, and US won means the anchor one, the mute button one. So in the presidential debate, Trump knows his weak point. His most serious weak point is COVID management. That's why in the second debate, he tried to shift the concentration from COVID to for international affairs.
I don't know how come the private call can come.
Hello? Can I continue? Actually, still I'm interrupting.
And Solicitor Mamun Kabji, try to be off from the studio, please. Don't give a sound.
Hello, Mr. Barrister Mehdi Talukdar. Okay,
Yeah,
keep
go
going.
ahead, Dr. Shoeb.
How can is okay? I need to keep quiet because I just finished within 3 or 4 minutes. Okay.
Go ahead.
Okay, you see that the Trump tried to concentrate on Middle East, especially Middle East trade in Syria, and go after Biden's son. And what he did here with Ukraine and China. So Trump tried to shift the focus from COVID pandemic, but this is not possible because now U.S. politics, not only U.S. politics, whole global politics concentrated to the COVID pandemic and COVID pandemic's mismanagement. And Trump, I personally believe Trump is going to pay seriously COVID pandemic mismanagement. When he challenged CDC chief, when he challenged Dr. Fauci, people simply will not accept. This is a bigotry. This is a arrogancy, and there are a lot of other issues. I think that Dr. Tusar started to talk about the immigration issue, Black Lives Matter, Mexican Wall, COVID pandemic, white supremacists, etc. But I think all issue.
Not three persons. Somehow, how did you get this third person sound? I don't know. Go ahead, Dr. Shoeb.
So, but you know that if I interrupt like this, then how can I go? So
Yes, I can hear you.
but anyway, so regarding the issue of COVID, as supremacist Mexican, I think
Hello.
COVID pandemic will take toll
Yeah, Dr.
on
Shoeb.
presidential election. Yes, I'm speaking. I'm speaking. Okay, so I think Donald Trump may be in power officially. From the next month, he's I think there will be another president elect, and this is our hope, because I told you, as a Canadian, I'm fear his diplomacy, the way he did. He told Justin Trudeau dishonest, blah blah blah, so and so, and there as a point of friendship. This is not the diplomacy. So the bigotry, and our hope, and we pray to end of this bigotry. Thank you very much.
I think we can't hear anything.
শামীম ভাই, আপনি কি আমার কথাগুলো শুনছেন? মানে আমার ঠিক ছিল তো ভয়েস?
Yeah, Shoeb bhai, yes.
আমার মনে হচ্ছে
I'm
যে
listening
ব্যারিস্টার
you.
মেহেদী তালুকদার শুনতে পাচ্ছেন না।
No, I don't think so. We have a bad communication with him. Yeah, but I hear you. I hear you very clearly. Yeah.
I think audience also heard what you said, but the problem is the barrister Mehdi Talukdar.
Yeah, mediator, anchor. We don't hear him. Yeah.
Okay, Shamim bhai, you can proceed, please.
Shamim bhai, আমার মনে হয় it is better you can just keep going. Otherwise, and we need to finish it. We should not stay here indefinite time.
Yeah, but is he coming back or?
No, you just continue. You just take the floor.
Thank you. Yes,
Shamim Hassan,
can you hear me now?
continue, because I believe that Mehdi Hassan is struggling.
Dr. Shoeb, can you hear me?
Yes.
I believe that he got a poor internet connection. That is the issue. So it's nothing our hand, because
I think Shamimul Hassan can continue, and
Shamimul Hassan
finish.
Please.
What I'm going to talk. So if there was a question, it will be nice to answer. But generally, I don't know which side to talk right now. We can we talk about the. Anyway,
because I can help you guys, because we have recently seen the. If you allow me, then I can share my experience. I can ask some question, and if you continue from there, that would be lovely.
That will be good. That will be good. Yeah.
Because my point of view, that I have an opportunity to watch the recent debate between the Joe Biden and the Donald Trump, because each other was accusing, that's about the China and who is getting more money, more commissions for one. So what is your point of view in respect of specifically that one? What do you want to say, and how do you want to describe? What do you think that, that foreign policies about the commissions and how they want to look at that one? If you describe that one, that would be lovely.
Okay, I will start with the tax return of Donald Trump. Last 4 years, from the beginning of 2016, I say from 2015, the people want to see his tax return. Because in USA, every people, even a dishwasher who make $15 an hour, they pay thousands of dollars of income taxes. So it's very interesting subject for people to know how much Donald Trump, because he always say he's a very successful businessman. He has billions of dollars of property. He is very, very successful. That's why a lot of people vote Donald Trump, because he declared himself a successful business. So as a successful business, everybody like to see his tax return. But until now, in last 5 years, I say 5 years because it started 2015, he was not able to show his tax return. He has always telling a bullshit story, anything BS that he's in auditing, he's in audit, or so and so. He was not able. A few weeks ago, New York Times delivered a big news that Donald Trump in the last 2 years, he was paying only $750 income tax, who is a lot below the general people pay income taxes. So we don't know how much he is successful or is he really a good businessman, because he has in past declared bankruptcy 4 to 5 times. So it's hard to believe Donald Trump. But the question is he a successful businessman? Is he bring US in economic development? Because as Canadian, we have a bigger interest on US policies because we are the biggest business partner with US. So when Donald Trump speak, every day he lied. So he's lying still now. He's lying about his wealth, and his charisma was that he's a good businessman. But as we see that he is not a good businessman, he tried to carry the good fortune of our last president, Obama. The economy was already in better shape than 2008, so he just carried it. So I will tell one thing, the pandemic is become his big obstacle right now because of mismanagement of pandemic or COVID-19, and it's a good fortune for Joe Biden. And because of failure of COVID-19, I think Biden became more popular because his policy of COVID-19, what he's going to do if he got elected, is going to bring him to the success. And I believe on that Donald Trump is a big liar. So in inside and outside of the country, people don't trust him, and most of the people accept his supporters, crazy supporters, white extremists. Nobody trusts him, and he must go.
Yes, I think Shamimul Hassan, many thanks. Exactly. Can you hear me now?
Yes, you are very clear now. Yeah.
All right. I do believe there is some problem. I don't know why, and I really apologize. Actually, I didn't interrupt anyone, but I whatever I said in the beginning that been replayed and replicated again and again. I think that's one of the reason. Actually, one of our guests became a little bit upset, but anyway, we have to go ahead with that. We cannot be passionless like the one of the candidate in American election right now. So he left the debate as he don't face the media once he don't like the media people anyway, or the question is not really good enough. I'm really going back to our the guest, Dr.Shoeb Syed. Can you just respond to Samimul Hassan, please?
What kinds of response?
I mean, the way Shamimul Hassan is denying, Donald Trump, the way he's denying the nature. I believe everybody had obviously unique nature. He's the second time he got. I believe he desired to be the second time president, but the way he's really acting, the way he's really, whatever he did next to neighbor like Canada, NAFTA, he destroyed all the, the agreement with other world. Like even he's going to deny the agreement whatever the previous president made with Iran. Nobody knows. So in that political scenario, to a certain extent, still now, as you said, Dr. Shoeb, that 35% still he got the vote bank. So the people, even in America, we cannot deny the reality that a big number of the people still now blindly support these gentlemen, and not only that, they like this white supremacy. They also generate and spark the fire like the Black Lives Matters, because the way the black people been tortured and killed even, and country like America, it is pretty much, we cannot accept it as we believe that it is a democratic values or not. But by keeping everything in our mind, Dr. Shoeb, to what extent will you also evaluate the verdict of the conservative people, as you said, the vote bank of 35% or more than that, or to what extent I do believe those, regardless of his all these the elements and all this evidence, whatever he created right now, I still believe to a certain extent he might get 30-40% the vote from the people. So in that case, how will you actually ignore this conservative voters verdict in that sense, Dr. Shoeb?
Okay, the most important thing, I am agreed with Shamim Hassan what he said that regarding the tax payment. But interestingly, I can say that Donald Trump is a good businessman, but is not a good president. What he did, everything is for business. I mean, he know how to do the legal way fraudulent activity, legalized fraudulent activity. And here, in terms of the legality, it is correct. But in the point of as a president, there is a morality. Morality is much more powerful. Ethics and morality is much more powerful than legal action. So morally, a president should not, never, cannot do that type of thing. But when you become a president, morality is very important. Ethics is very important. What he did, I don't know that American tax authority will find it out eventually when he lose power. All the criminal cases will be filed against him. Then they will find out. But not only legal. As a president, he should be moral. He should be ethical. That we are seeing the completely lapse. So I'm agreeing that I don't like as a Canadian and as a in favor of environment, in favor of immigration, in favor of human right. This is nightmare if we return back again. But one thing I can say, that COVID pandemic is a crisis for him, and he will inevitably is going to face it. But another thing, what he said in 2016 election, that America first agenda is devastating for global human rights. Even before Donald Trump was elected US president in 2016, researchers said that one study said that democratic backsliding, based on democratic backsliding, the rise of authoritarian regime and their policies, fear his America first agenda would pose a serious threat to democratic norms and the rule of law. In office, the president repeatedly refused to commit to accept the results of the election. He has called for criminal prosecution of his political enemies. Looks like a third world country. It's not a democratic country. And he criticized judges for ruling against his administration and rewarded his political allies with pardon. They broke the law. In a recent article in the Journal of Human Rights, there is an interesting point and review that a wide array of evidence about the Trump administration apparent threat to various international commitment as well as democratic rule. And we know that how Trump America First policy have directly undermined the international human rights regime. So that's why, for the sake of human right, for the sake of environment, for the sake of immigration, for the sake of Black Lives Matter, we at least we can pray to change in White House. Thank you.
Many thanks, Dr. Shoeb. Yes, absolutely, you are
I'm
correct.
going to continue.
Absolutely,
I'm going to
you are
continue your question also about the
Yes,
35%.
please.
Okay.
Please.
You know, the party loyalist is called Democrat and the Republican. There is party loyalist is called. Doesn't matter who is leading the party, who is got the nomination of the party. The Republican is going to vote for Republican, and Democrat is going to vote for the Democrat. So 35% or 40% doesn't matter. Is Donald Trump or anybody else is there, they're going to go get that vote. At the beginning, I told you, the election, US election depend on the swing states. The swing states is the decider of the election, who will be the next president. In last election, the swing state Florida, where there is 29 electoral vote, Donald Trump win narrowly the Florida and become the president, 45th president of United States. So the 35 by 40% vote, they will get all the time. As Donald Trump told, that if you shoot somebody on the Fifth Avenue, still his supporter is going to support him, doesn't matter what he do. So that's the way US politics always been. Democrat versus Republican. And it will continue. And the swing states is going to decide it, who will be our next president, their next president. Thank you.
Yes, thank you very much, Shamimul Hassan, for your valuable comment. And at the same time, I would like to really include, obviously, another guest. Unfortunate, two of the guests is missing. We have to wrap up to a certain extent. We cannot continue due to technical reason. But still, I would like to address Dr. Shoeb that to what extent do you think this election result might really impact the Bangladesh as a rising economy or developing economy? Bangladesh has a lots of issue as a developing partner with America. Do you think if the Donald Trump is actually is win for the second time, to what extent the Bangladesh foreign policy or Bangladesh friendship with America could be interrupted, as our previous guest, Dr. Tusar Nur, he mentioned that obviously to certain extent he started up. To what extent do you think that we could be affected, or to what extent we could be benefited from this election uncertainty until the result comes after 7 days? Please.
Okay, thank you. My answer is very straightforward. American politician has no influence, or Bangladeshi politician has no influence on US politician. US policy making absolutely decided by the bureaucrat. The change of Donald Trump or remaining him in power, that will not change anything between the relationship between Bangladesh and US, because Bangladesh and US is not important trade partner. It looks like a US aides and I think Capitol Hill people, some congressmen, and mainly bureaucrats, especially in the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. They decided the relationship or trade to politics, everything in Bangladesh. Sometimes we heard so many things. I don't think US president has time to think about Bangladesh. So and or enmity or very good friendship with any
Dr.
US
Shoeb, can I
president except
interrupt?
Hillary Clinton.
Dr. Shoeb,
Yes.
Dr. Shoeb, can I interrupt for a minute? Because one of the issues Bangladesh now we need to really globally attend. Globally, we need we need the attention of the global people. For example, 1.2 million Rohingya. Now it is a burden for Bangladesh, and now we're going to really feed them, keeping them in our society. I mean, in our land, and it is really a concern for Bangladesh and also the South Asian politics. But America, the way, even the last week, I think American Deputy Foreign Minister, he also made a comment in Bangladesh, which is now spark a little China, that America also made a comment that China in to actually facilitate the return of the Rohingya people to Myanmar. So in that case, I do believe that yes, present government to certain extent looks like little bit concerned about it, or it is just like giving a vocal or leapfrog. What is your comment, sir?
Actually, again, what I said, in the foreign ministry, there is an undersecretary. There is an undersecretary who is assigned for some particular region, especially in
Dr. Shoaib.
South Asia. So he is the person who decide everything. So I personally, I don't think, so far I know the US politics, that will not change anything. But from Rohingya issue, if it is depends on Bangladesh, how Bangladesh mount pressure on global community, that will influence US. So change of president, I don't think there is a big thing, because we did not see any negative impact during Donald Trump. So I personally believe that is completely done by foreign ministry, Minister of Foreign Affairs, at least the under secretary level. But internationally, and for human rights, for immigration, Donald Trump re-election will be a disaster. Why disaster? Because now he's waiting for re-election. In the second term, he has nothing to lose. He will be arrogant. He will be very aggressive to abuse human rights, to abuse the Muslim people, to abuse the black, to abuse the immigration, to create a wall in Mexico border. So the fear is whole world will be in jeopardy if Donald Trump re-elected. Thank you.
Okay.
I think he has problem again.
Yes, again.
We can't hear. Yeah.
Again, problem.
So I think Rahim bhai, can you close it down?
Thank you very much.
Maybe.
At least off the online.
We can carry it on. Same question, please.
No way. This is already we lost the melody.
Yeah, definitely. I believe that today we are not able to continue our program because of the internet issues. I request the honorable host to wrap up. And
okay, Dr. Shoeb, can I just make another question about it? Like, to make it away with the neighbors, if you think it is theoretically correct, will the other world can afford it? Like, will the Bangladesh will make a wall with India or?
Mr. Mamun Kadir, I think we need to off the live one. We can chat personally.
Yes, that's I mean that what. So just wrap up. What do you want to say? With few words. And
hello.
Yes, Shamim Hassan, could you please wrap up? Just concluding remark and how do you want to see everything?
Yeah, Shamim Hassan.
Thank you very much for giving us the opportunity, even it was a little difficult to communicate, and I understand where is internet and where is technology. Sometimes it can be difficult. I understand very well, and I am not upset about that. So I think we have a good conversation, and Dr. Shoeb illustrated very well, and I'm very thankful about that. We hope that the US election is very, very important, as I mentioned before, for Canada. And we hope that the Democrat is going to win the election.
The program right now, ladies and gentlemen, all over the world. Our viewers.
Yes, Shamim Hassan, please.
Yeah, but I have an interruption. I hear another voice, so I stopped. So anyway, thank you very much, and hope for the best that we are going to watch the election very closely, and hope it will be the last term for Donald Trump, as Dr. Shoeb mentioned. If he come back again, he has nothing to lose. It will be more and more vigor. He will become the last thing US need and Canada need to see him that he will be in power again. So thank you very much.
Thank you very much for your nice ending notes and talks. And same to Dr. Shoeb Syed. Please, can you give some conclusions remarks so we can wrap up the program? Thank you very much.
No, my conclusion remarks actually already did it. But so let us hope for the best. For the best for the mankind, for the best for humanity, best for the immigration and human right. And we need change in power.
Okay. Thank you for watching today's. We're very apologize because there was some issues, and we look at that one in the future. Thank you for being with us, and please share and like our channels, and
And
hopefully we'll do the same program.
I have one request. Probably I am already invited for another COVID related. I am the COVID specialist as being an microbiologist. So I think I have another program on Thursday. So I think this technical problem will not repeat.
Okay, yeah, we'll look at that one. Thank you very much. So we'll talk further. So thank you very much. Hope to see you soon.
Okay.
Thank you, Abdur Rahim.